how would you handle a seller that doesn't want to pay? Say you take on a listing, right?
Yeah.
And, they're really set on their mind. They're not gonna pay hardly anything on buyer's agency for their sale of their house. Would you be 100% cool with that, or how would you challenge that that the offers probably won't come in as good, or maybe not that many offers will come in?
And that's a good question. That's a good point. Everyone's different. Me, I've said this before, and excuse my language, but I'm an asshole with my time. Like if I see a scenario where I'm running the risk of my time being wasted or my energy being wasted, like I'm gonna take this listing. He's only gonna pay 3%. I might have to split that, or just have to like have this back and forth over and over and over with other agents and him or the seller regarding buyer's agent commission. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a headache. Do I really want this listing? So me, I'm always like detached from it. Like I could care less. If I get the listing on my terms, perfect. If it's on your terms, nah, I'm an asshole with my time.
Hey, but that's the catch, Joe. She's actually this seller's actually agreeing to pay you your full commission of 3%. She's just like,
but if we can't close the deal because we can't get a buyer, like, what's the point? That 3% is nothing. It's zero. It's zero until we get the deal closed.
okay, yeah, I hear your perspective. What if it was maybe not zero, but on the lower end? Is it the same? Does it matter? What's your experience been like when you approach, say, a listing that the selling agent might say, "I'm so sorry, man, we're just paying this much commission, which is not the full 3%."
I have something to add here. I have had two this year. One at the beginning of the year said, "I'm only paying you. I'm not paying a buyer's agent." We are now under contract. They're paying a full 6%. And I had another one. They said, "I'm only paying you 2% and nothing else." They're paying a full 5% now. And it's because do they want to sell the house? And whenever I finally am able to show them the numbers and what they're netting, I'm like, it's like, do you want to sit and get nothing? Or do you want to make something? And then we've all worked our butt off to get this done into the closing table. We're all worth something. And then another thing too, with the recent changes in the contracts, we should be educating. I know Lori went over this the other day. We should be educating our sellers. Yes, it's no longer in the listing agreement, but a buyer's agent and the buyers are going to be presenting it in their offer contract. And so at that point, yes, it is negotiable, but no one's working for free, basically. So
100%. Yeah, but how do you handle it on your listing appointment to take that listing?
I mean, I'm explaining to them and educating them. I'm going over numbers. I'm going over estimated nets as far as like, hey, if it's sold for this. I'm also educating them on what the sales to list price ratio is going on right now, and just setting realistic expectations of you're going to have buyers that aren't going to be able to afford all of their down payment, all of their closing costs, plus paying their agent. And so they're going to present an offer where they're going to be like, hey, you're going to help me with this on the price. You're going to help me with this on closing costs. You're going to help me with this with my agent. And it's either you're going to accept that or you're not, and your house isn't going to potentially sell. And so they're going to go look down the street and go find another seller that's willing to work with them and pay them.
Hey, but Ace, so you said originally they weren't going to pay, right? But then, so what, did you just take it like that and then renegotiate the other fees later?
That was kind of my question. Do you still take the listing at, you know how you got to put it on the listing contract, right? On the listing agreement. Do you just go by what they say, but then when the offers come, you have that conversation? Or how do you handle it on the listing appointment?
For these situations, I mean, they were trying to get me down initially, and I was like, no, this is what you're going to pay me. This is what I'm worth. They agreed to that. And then basically whenever buyers and agents come along and they start asking about the commission, I'm like, please don't ask me about the compensation, just submit an offer. And then
Right.
I
Yeah, no,
present it to my seller.
That's exactly what I was asking, and that's
Yeah.
how that's my thought process. So thank you for that, Ace. That goes a long way. Helps
So
me.
I am setting the expectations with the seller that they are going to be presented with compensation going towards a buyer's agent. I am setting that expectation so that way they are, and then they may think in their head, oh, it's not going to happen. Well, then here it is. And then by that point, most of the time they're so excited they have an offer because they've felt the pain of the market right now that it's a lot easier to have that conversation because that expectation was already set.
Right. No, 100%. I love that. I love how you made that little voice too. That was good.
Thank you.
nice. What else do y'all got before all 10 of us jump into Win and Learn? I'm sorry, 12. 11. Oh, there's actually just 11. Nobody, nada?
I have a fun one, I guess I could say. So we always say that friends and family are some of the best, and I mean that sometimes very facetiously, clients to work with. And so my parents have been, I would say, lose for a long time and potentially looking at like a retirement home kind of situation thing. And within the past week, and they are very kind of old school. And I know we'll kind of run into this sometimes where it's like, my dad said this, my uncle said this, and you're always combating the objections on that side. Well, so I told my parents, because I don't show houses unless there's pre-approval, proof of funds, pre-qualification, and a signed buyer's representation agreement. And I held my parents to that own standard, and they didn't believe me and called the listing agent. And the listing agent was like, you really should listen to your daughter, and referred them right back to me. So anyway, I just know that even whenever you have the biggest pushback from your own parents and all that kind of stuff, just stick to your standards and don't waste your time. That's just a little fun fact.
That's it, Ace.
Your own parents? This is your parents?
Yes.
Absolutely. I have been, quote unquote, showing them houses since I've been licensed. So we're not doing this anymore. I'm too busy. And like you said, you're selfish, whatever, with your time. That is me now. So I have learned the hard way. So yes, my own parents, I forced them to do buyer's rep and proof of funds. Now we're going to look at some houses this weekend.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. That sounds like fun. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I just got to get it together. Okay, well, yeah, we can, I guess, jump into Win and Learn. Who is first? Brianna, what is your Win and your Learn for the week?
My win and my learn for this week is Well, actually, I am getting married this October, and I have officially locked down all of my vendors, which is a big win for me. And my learn is wow, I don't know.
Yeah. I kind of just, I guess, put you on the spot. Like, you're like the first one on the list, but
That's okay. I guess I've just learned a lot this week. A lot from you guys, a lot from everything.
awesome. Well, I'm glad that you are jumping on and getting it plugged in. So that's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And congratulations on your upcoming wedding. You got everything locked in, so that's exciting.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Amy. Good morning. What is your win and your learn for the week? Amy, I guess we can come back, Amy. Carlos, what is your win and your learn for the week?
Well, that was just my learn. It just happened 3 minutes ago. I had this lady I was talking to, and I'm glad. I think I followed my instinct on how to handle it, and Acelet just reassured me. So I really love her experience and her her input in all these huddles, man. This conversation. So I'm very grateful. The win is just basically learning constantly. Always try to be learn a little bit more, learn from people, learn from people that's actually going doing the thing right. So that's the win. That's the constant win. It's not a one time win. It's like you gotta keep on learning from people that are doing that are being successful at their craft and model their behaviors, man. Not just how they're winning, but their behaviors, their disciplines. It's very important. That's where I like. That's one of my weaknesses is discipline. May or may not be the only one, but my discipline is dwindles here and there. But I'm trying to stay consistent. So I can't say I've been good this week. I've been consistent. So I'm it's kind of a win. That's also another win for the week. So just the truth, man. Discipline. We all wanna say we got this, but sometimes you have those days where you just like, man, it gets a little bit overwhelming, but it's how you grow. It's how you grow. You gotta stay at it, you know. So yeah, that's what I got for the week. Good stuff, guys. Thank you all for the input on my questions. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate you, Ace. So yeah, good stuff. Happy Friday, y'all.
Thank you. Friday. Jackie, what you got, Jackie?
Hello. Okay, what I have learned is I want to talk something with Carlos about the discipline. Now is the perfect time that we are reading the book about the atomic habits. So that is a big help. Yeah, so good information. So my learning this week, I have been learning, I finally closed a transaction at OLS. So I think, I hope it's that good. I did as far as good, so I hope that's good. Then I also took a class on Remind at AEA. So that is good class too. A lot of tools, really good tools. So I'm happy that I have learned that. And my win of this week, a client. I know she usually goes up and she got upset, many things, but I already learned how to handle that situation, let her go down, and then talk with her, okay, what specifically you want? Tell me. Then I can negotiate that. So yeah, I'm happy that now I can handle those situations better. So let her cool down and do what is possible, what we can do, and then get it. So yeah, that is my win, I think, this week.
Let her cool down, huh?
Yeah.
I understand, Jackie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ashley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yay. What is your win and your learn for the week?
My win and my learn for the week. My learn for the week is for sure to be more patient and not accept the first answer as a final answer. To just wait.
Okay.
There's a lot to that, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that kind of hit me too. So I see. Okay.
My win, one of my ladies that was coming from the shelter is moving in her apartment today, and we had a lot of no's for the month. I've noticed a lot of agents, even if I try to explain the program, they are not familiar with the women's shelter having a rapid rehousing voucher. So sometimes it's fast, sometimes it takes time to get a yes for them to move in. So she's been in between housing, and I'm glad she finally has somewhere to lay her head with her kids.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
That's really neat. I didn't know that was a program.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, Houston and Fort Bend, they have a rapid rehousing program where they get housing vouchers, and then there's one with the Catholic Charities. They have one too.
That's really cool. St. Vincent Del Paul has one too.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that is good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Joe, you're up, buddy.
It's tough to follow God talking to all of us right there. That hit me too. Everything Ashley said. Win's got to be the little team I'm putting together. Glorious, just booming. Tanya, just taking names, kicking butt. Marcus, new agent, putting him to work, and he's been learning quick and getting busy, and he's been at it. Nadia, another agent she's getting her license, and I'll be recruiting her, and she's devastated being away from her kids, working $20 an hour at Costco. She's like, I know I can do more. I'm away from my kids. It's killing me. I need to do something. And talked her through that. It's exciting. That's my win for the week, is other people's wins. Learn is on the tech side, to learn how to create a dialer in my Go High level for free $99. So that's always good. Made a dialer, started cold calling, FISBOs, expires, got some traction already. It's exciting stuff. So that's my learn is learning how to make a free $99 dialer that calls my leads back to back for me. So excited what that's going to do next week.
Nice.
That's awesome, Joe.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ace.
Yes.
What's your win and your learn, girl? I know you got more in that pocket.
Let's see. Win this week. Just setting boundaries professionally, personally, and just really sticking with them, and just seeing how, like, constantly being like, yes, okay, I'll help. Yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do this. Okay, yes. And then just bending what I know is eating up my time or is not what I would typically do within my business, and just realizing, okay, setting that boundaries, their feelings aren't hurt. They're not mad at me. They don't hate me. They're not writing me off completely. And then apologizing for setting those boundaries and just learning that it's okay to have them. And so that's something I'm winning at right now, and I'm proud of that. And then learn, kind of like what Ashley's saying, just trusting the process. And I mean, we had some fun ones this week saving from foreclosure, and we were like, what the hell kind of happened? And just we're trusting the process. And basically some files that were going to foreclosure, some of them did, and it was crazy because the banks and the investors that actually picked up the properties or got the properties back reached back out and were like, hey, we saw you worked really hard on selling this property prior, had it under contract and all that. We'd love to work with you again. And so just learning through all of that and winning through it too. So it's kind of like one big win and learn. So grateful for all of that.
Awesome. That is great. It's good. There's a lot of good stuff. And I like how you just, engage into with all the different agents and, just being
I love doing all that.
yeah, I know you do.
I'm doing it with boundaries though, and it's hard for me, but I only have so much time in a day. So I'm actually working and coaching with Ozzy and building out a GPT for me. And so that way I can send it to people and it can help answer. I guess that's another learn, is just building out a GPT and it's gonna be basically like how and everything about short sales and just answer those simple questions about the process and everything. So that way it's not me repeating myself over and over again.
Right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Michael.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So my learn is that you also have to qualify sellers. And what I mean by that is, so like I took a listing and during the listing appointment, they had kind of expressed, like a little hesitancy. They were dealing with like some financial stuff. And I said, well, you need to talk to financial advisor. You sure you want to go through it? Yes. Want to go through it. Listed the home. Well, then her family got involved and was like, we don't think you should sell. We don't think you should sell. So I was like, are you having doubts? Oh, no, we're still going to go through and get an offer on the house. And then it becomes real to them. And then they get scared and they back out and they end up taking the house off the market and not selling. So, I guess the learn is just, making sure that they're really wanting to sell. You know what I mean? If there's any doubt whatsoever, like before we go down this process and before I pay for pictures and market it and spend time, let's be 100% sure we're going to sell. The win is the buyer or the person that made the offer on the house. I ended up getting them as a buyer client, and we just submitted an offer on a house this morning. So I might be able to get the buyer into a different house. So that's the win.
You will.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a pretty, and I think that happens, right? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say new, but I've done a few listings, but I mean, I'm sure that happens where they just change their mind. Like, I guess, I mean, it's just kind of part of it, but I know that
I think if I would have dug a little deeper and asked a few more maybe hard questions and really got to the bottom and like pumped the brakes a little bit, not been so eager to get the listing, like let's do it, let's sign it like right now. And then, like, hey, are you sure? I think on the next one, I'm definitely going to do that. If there's any inclination that, you know what I mean? Like that they're not sure about it. Like I'm going to make sure they're 100% sure before we go through all the things that we do and then pull it, as soon as they get an offer. So.
Awesome. Marcus, what is your win and learn for the week?
My win and learn. Let's see, what am I not learning? I would say probably learning is probably .loop. Just learning how to navigate .loop, learning how to navigate MLS, learning to ask more questions if I have questions. I think sometimes I try to just figure stuff out on my own, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. I need to learn to just, it's okay to ask questions and ask people stuff if I'm stuck on something. And my win, I guess, would be just getting more comfortable. Slowly but surely, week after week, just plugging away, getting more comfortable talking to people on the phones, trying to lock them down, get a buyer rep sign, whether that's, to look at a home or whether it's a lease client or whatever it may be. I would say my win would just be just starting to feel more comfortable in this whole process, and just plugging away day after day, just getting those reps in and not feeling um discouraged, I guess you could say. Not feeling discouraged when the outcome isn't what I want it to be. Just continuing to trust the process and believe in God that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and not trying to rush the process, and keeping my feet planted, and just putting my best foot forward every day. And that's all I can do. The rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, just keep showing up and just keep just be willing to learn and just keep asking the questions, and yeah, you're good. Exciting. Who's next? Sandra.
Okay, good morning. My win is my husband, and his big heart. His parents are still alive. They're in their 80s, and they wanted to go to Dallas for a family birthday that's happening out there. Somebody turning 90. And he took the day off to drive them out there for the weekend so that they can visit people that they feel like, could be their last chance of seeing some of these family members. So yeah, so they're leaving today, and I don't know. The more I heard about it last night, the more I was like, it's very sweet. Twofold on that. Yay. Little weekend
I
where
was gonna say 2 weekends without your hubby.
no, I miss him. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know you do, but
yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
love your time alone
Yeah.
too.
And
I
a
couldn't do
little
it.
backstory, he shaves because his mom gets mad at him when he doesn't shave. So last night here he is shaving, and I'm like, you're gonna see your mom. Yep. He's like, he even cut himself. But anyway, that's a little joke we have, but it's true. His mom is like, running late. She will point out if he doesn't shave. So funny. So that's my win. Is honestly just his big heart, where he's the one that will volunteer and do whatever he has to do for his parents. So I love that. My learn is really AI. It's just how much you can do with this. While I still have some reservations of how much I want to let it into my life, I also know, I've also seen, and I'm embracing how much it really can do for you. So that's my life. That's it.
Awesome.
My win and learn go hand in hand. The win is the opportunities that our brokerage truly has at our fingertips for our business. I got to utilize 2 of the opportunities, one with Marie on a commercial deal that my cousin has been in his building for 10, 15 years, and he's been talking about trying to buy it. Him and the seller can't come to an agreement. They think it's worth more than what it is. And I just, said, you have a commercial specialist. Let me get her in to help and met Marie at his business, and we got together this week, and hopefully Marie and I are gonna, he's just like, I'm done. I'm tired. I want y'all to take over, deal with the seller. Like, let's just get this done. And if she doesn't pay, I'll pay, just let me know what I owe. I just want this done. So Marie's just, my God, the presentation that she created. She sent me the email and I'm like, sister, I don't even know what all this means, but I want to learn, and her willingness to just be like, well, this is what this means. And this is what this means. And like, just learning all of the things that, and he had other agents. He called other agents, and one that he called used to be in our brokerage. And he's like, she smoked him. Like he was not prepared. He said, but I knew when I met him, and then when I met her, it was going to be two different things. And the other person he met was Americo. And so I was like, yes, he used to be in our brokerage. And so anyway, so just that opportunity, and then working with Aislinn and JP and Seb on a short sale for one of my good friends' partners, and seeing how Johnny on the spot, the loss mint division is, and just, we are definitely blessed to have the VAs that we have, plus Ace and her knowledge. And so just this week was a huge week with just different opportunities that I'm getting to work within our brokerage, because we think outside the box and we're not that, that normal brokerage. So that's my wins and my learns. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, it is. What's up, Chels? What you got?
My win and my learn. So my win is definitely the vacation that we took to Colorado to see family. We saw Keelan's family. Didn't get the chance to see my family, but it was so good just to go and like play. We played so hard. The weather was great. My kids were off just doing all the things. And it was so peaceful. Like there was just so much peace. And it was really beautiful. The weather, like with all the fire and stuff going around, the weather or the fires and the smoke didn't affect us until like the 4th of July, and it all kind of settled in the valley. But it was an amazing week. It was beautiful. And so I'm very grateful for that opportunity. Except we hadn't seen them in like 5 or 6 years since we moved. So it's been a while. My learn is that I really wanted to choke my neighbor out, but I chose not to. I chose not to, but I also was like, I don't know, like I had so many mean and nasty things to say, and I didn't, and I was also kind of expecting them to like come over and like talk about the situation, and they didn't. They don't answer their door, they don't answer their phone call, and it really bothered me. It still kind of bothers me, if I'm being honest, and I don't fully understand it. And so I was just like praying and whatever. And I was talking to my husband about it and my kids and everything. And it was just like one of those situations where you expect another person to respond a certain way or whatever. And that doesn't happen. And that's normal. It's human. Right. And so it's like, what am I in control of? And I'm only in control of my own emotions. And so just kind of working through that, and like also teaching my kids how to work through that, because they're also teenagers and they kind of like to run their mouths when they could potentially see them walking by outside or whatever. And so just kind of keeping everybody on the straight and narrow path, like let's make good choices, whether we agree with what people are doing or not, or whatever. And so just coming to that realization that you can't direct or change how other people act and respond to things. So just learning. The vet should have caught my hands, but she didn't either. So thank thankfully.
The what?
I said I'm the girl at the vet. She caught my hands.
Oh, I was like, what did
No,
she,
but
what did
another
she do?
bitch that I was gonna call you yesterday and tell you. So I went to pick up our dog, you know, to take him to get cremated or whatever, and she sees the open house sign that I still have in the back of my truck. And she's like, "Oh, you're a realtor," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then she just goes on how her dad just told her last week he's 80, wants to sell his house, he wants to go to a retirement home. They have 2 acres and a house down in Santa Fe that they want to sell. She's like, "Well, come over next week and let's talk about it." And I just start crying because I'm like, I don't understand. You know? Like, it's just great.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That was all her.
Yeah.
It's just always the way it works. Like, and you just don't know. And like, we always ask questions, and then it's sometimes, and this is like, at least you, I mean, I'm not saying it makes me better, but like, you've got to, like, some kind of answer, like, really quick. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not till later, like, oh, or it doesn't really make sense. Not that it makes sense, but it puts things together, you know?
I think I would be camping out my lawn chair in the front yard.
I've definitely thought about it.
I mean, that's what you would want to do, but then
Yeah,
that's not going to keep your peace. And that's another thing, like, and kind of goes into my learn is like, I want to learn to be more like Chelsea. Like, she's just got a really good heart. Like, a lot of us could learn a lot from Chelsea. It's just, I mean, not only in the business side, as far as, you know, the way she works and the way she takes care of her people, but it's just all around. And we have some, you know, I have thoughts sometimes, or, you know, we have conversations, and, you know, she always brings me back to like that, like our peace. Like, we're the only ones who can to protect our peace, and we're the only ones who can control how we react to people, or how we treat people, or how we interpret the way people treat us, or whatever the fact may be, you know? So that is, I've learned that. And that's another, that goes kind of into my win. It's just a win to be in the building, although I'm glad it's Friday because it's been a week. And I mean, I know you guys know I've been trying to get my shit together, and I'm sorry. I'll do better. I'm trying to do better, and I'm not really sorry. But it's just being here. That's part of the win. Just being here, being around all the greatness. You know, I mean, we could go on this all day long. I mean, yes, we go up and we go down, but it's not just me. It's all of us. We all go through it, and it's just being here, being supportive, and just being able to learn from each other and soak it up. Yeah.
Beautiful thing, but not every place has that type of community.
And that's the way it should be. So, yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to just like.
No, you're good.
But Robin, what you got?
What are we on today?
You're winning.
Let's see, my win. I would say my win is I got my points pretty much by Wednesday. Just by being in, just by being in the ponds. I still do have an open house that I'm doing on Sunday, which gives me some points for boot camp. But I'm working today, obviously, so I'm gonna be over. So that's a good one. My learn is, man, you know, you think when they're like 18 and 20 years old, like they're grown, mama doesn't have to do as much anymore. No, had to bring the oldest to the doctor yesterday, and I'm not gonna say what I had to do for her, but I'll tell you, it's something, nothing except for what a mama would do for you. And I was like, I had to look at her and be like, "You lucky you got a good mother." I was like, "There's not too many people that I know would actually do this for you," and I was like, "It's just." The love of a mother. The love of a mother, for real. And you think sometimes when they're younger, Like, you're like, by 18, I just got to make it to 18, especially if they're those hard kids in high school. They give you a run for their money. You're like, 2 more years, we're done. No. And I got 2 more of those. As well. So I got 3 forevers. And I'm like, I wonder what I'll have to do for these 2 when they get older. So it just really made me like learn that I'm in it to win it to the end. Oh, there's a guy sitting in his truck out there. I don't know who he is though.
I think it's Marcus. I didn't know though, so I just wanted to make sure like nobody was sitting over there like last time.
Yeah, it's
Like last time.
Nathan, I think, hopped on.
Nathan, good morning. What is your win and your learn?
Good morning. Man, it's been a minute. Glad everybody's doing okay. So wins are, just to keep everybody to speed, my wife had our youngest daughter recently.
Oh my gosh, Nathan, congratulations.
Thank you. She's doing good. Wife's doing good. She came out a little premature, not too premature. She came out at 33 weeks. Doctor was trying to push her to 35. But we had to make a decision. Right now she's in NICU, but she's doing really well. She's making progress. Hopefully we're wishful thinking that she'll be out this weekend. But if it's not the case, hey, she's doing really well. That's all we can ask for. And Mama's home. So, but yeah, big win. Another big win is all the opportunities and then spending time with my family. I learn is really just keeping everything in God's hands. I have to always constantly remind myself, like, everything's in God's hands, because that was quite a bit, for my wife's, complications with pregnancy to just, how is this going to work? All that. And I'm like, every time that I would just sit down and pray about it, God would answer in like some way, fashion, or form. There would be an answer. So I'm really grateful for that. But those are my wins and learns.
What's her name, Nathan?
Anaya Nayeli Estrada.
Oh, that's so pretty. Anaya.
I can smell her from here.
We're gonna keep Mama and baby and you and your whole entire family in prayer.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
That is awesome.
Once baby's she's good and at a point, I'll bring her up to the office.
Yes, please.
Yeah, a baby.
Love to see you too.
Absolutely. I know y'all love to see my face, but you'll be like, get out of the way. Let me see the baby.
Yes. A dose of baby. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go into our affirmation. What y'all got today? What are y'all thinking?
Well, before we do that, I think we wanted to go ahead and make an announcement for the community care still.
Yeah, yes, I did do it yesterday. But yes, as a reminder, and Irony put it out last night and this morning for the back to school drive with the backpacks. Google link for the Amazon wish list is in the Google group. It's also posted on our Facebook. Irony blasted it out, so that's out there. And then the flyers, you guys can share that if you want to. We are needing donations. We are needing backpacks, and people have started filling those wish lists. So they're doing free haircuts for the first like 25 kids. It's going to be a great event. The school's on board. We have some of our partners here at the office and in the brokerage partnering with us. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. We only have 3 weeks left of the lunches. So if anybody wants to still get in on that, come volunteer Mondays and Wednesdays. We have that opportunity as well. So rocking and rolling.
What is y'all's next project after the backpacks going into the fall? Have y'all thought about it?
Not gotten that far. We've been so many people have come up with ideas.
Yeah.
And, like requests and stuff. So we're trying to
Mentalize
everything.
Well, one thing that we are collaborating on with Tiffany is back to school movie night for kids with special needs like autism and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna see about doing that at the end of August, and we're in the process of trying to get our ducks in a row and everything like that. See where we're gonna have it. So we're working on that, which everybody, if you can, also keep Tiffany in your prayers as well. She was in the hospital yesterday for some kind of liver issue.
Yeah, she has health issues and
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know this, and I'm sharing because she put it all over her Facebook. I've been following her for a while, and she does have some health issues, and at one point she was in the hospital fighting for her life. And so yeah, so she's such a sweet girl.
Yeah.
But you guys have like exploded. Like AEA Cares just like
It blew up.
like I mean it is blowing up, and I'm just like seeing everything. Oh, look at Nathan's picture.
Aww, look how cute.
She's so cute. She's so cute. So anyway, that's good that y'all doing it like in a movie theater?
We're probably not. We're thinking more so like maybe we're checking out see if it would the YMCA, maybe we could do something there, or we might see about a park, but it's gonna be in the evening time, so it's not gonna be so hot. And that way, like another thing we're thinking is having it at a park, because then we would have the playground there. So if they get a little bit like frustrated with the movie or something like that, they can go over here to play a little bit and kind of go back and forth. We're thinking about maybe getting a popcorn machine too there. So yeah, so we're just
gonna be fun.
Checking out a few different things.
Okay.
A lot of cool things in the works.
That's cool. Okay.